America's military is unmatched, projecting power, denying passage to adversaries, and protecting our interests at the time and place of our choosing. No one sails from the Strait of Hormuz to anywhere in the world without the permission of the United States Navy. At 0217 local time, deep inside Iranian territory, just kilometers from critical shipping lanes, elite U.S. special operators executed a lightning strike that no one saw coming. A precision raid to shatter an IRGC command node that was directing attacks on international maritime traffic. Operation Shadowbreaker was about to rip the heart out of Iran's shadow war in one devastating blow. At forward bases across the Middle East and aboard carriers in the Gulf, preparations unfolded with quiet intensity. Delta Force operators gathered in secure briefings. They unpacked and repacked their rucksacks with suppressed weapons, advanced night vision goggles, breaching charges, medical kits, flex cuffs, and lightweight tools for high-value target handling. Each operator checked and rechecked his gear multiple times. Rifles were fitted with suppressors, magazines loaded with subsonic rounds, and encrypted communication devices tested on multiple channels. They adjusted body armor, secured helmets, and ensured every piece of equipment remained completely silent and reliable. These were the quiet professionals, masters of operations that had to stay invisible. At a parallel staging site, Green Berets prepared their loads for perimeter security and reinforcement denial. They packed lighter for mobility, but carried extra ammunition, sniper rifles, heavy machine guns, observation optics, and robust comms gear. They checked weapons, tested radios, reviewed satellite imagery of approach roads, and studied escape routes. Their mission was clear: create a secure corridor, block any Iranian reinforcements, and hold the line no matter how long the assault inside took. The order had come down only 75 minutes earlier. With final preparations complete, the operators moved onto darkened flight lines in tight, silent chocks. Delta Force boarded one flight of MH-60 Black Hawks. Green Berets loaded onto the parallel flight. Rotors began to spin, filling the night with a low, menacing thump. At 0235, the helicopters lifted off in perfect formation, skimming low over the dark waters of the Gulf before racing inland toward Iranian territory at nap-of-the-earth altitude. High above, unseen Cobra gunships and Apache attack helicopters orbited in a protective screen, their pilots already locked into the mission frequency and ready to deliver overwhelming fire support the instant any retaliation appeared. Electronic warfare aircraft flooded Iranian radars with noise as the formation crossed the border completely undetected. 21 minutes later, the helicopters flared into a narrow coastal valley landing zone just 600 meters from the IRGC's forward command complex near the vital shipping lane. Ramps dropped. Operators poured out like shadows. Delta Force assaulters sprinted immediately toward the main hardened entrance, while Green Beret security elements fanned out to establish a full 360-degree perimeter, setting up heavy machine gun positions and anti-armor ambushes along the approach roads. The moment the lead Delta team reached the outer blast doors, the night erupted. IRGC's guards opened fire from concealed positions and watchtowers. Tracers sliced through the darkness. Delta answered with precise, suppressed bursts, night vision reticles finding targets instantly. Breaching charges flashed white-hot. The assaulters poured inside the underground command node, clearing corridor after corridor in savage close-quarters combat. Simultaneously, Iranian Quds Force reinforcements began rushing toward the facility from a nearby garrison. Green Beret teams engaged them at long range with disciplined machine gun fire and anti-armor rockets, turning the coastal approach road into a kill zone. "Perimeter holding," crackled over the net. "Heavy contact east. We've got this." Inside the command bunker, the fight turned brutal. Delta operators moved room by room through smoke-filled hallways lined with glowing screens and hardened communication consoles. IRGC security forces fought desperately to protect their senior commanders. Flashbangs lit the darkness as Delta cleared the final security layer. In the Central Operations Hall, they found the IRGC's regional commander and his staff attempting to destroy classified documents and activate emergency protocols. Two operators moved like lightning, neutralizing the bodyguards and securing the primary target with flex cuffs and a rapid sedative injection. "Target acquired. Packages secure," the team leader reported calmly, while Delta dragged the high-value prisoners and seized hard drives back toward the exit. Green Berets outside continued to repel wave after wave of reinforcements. Cobra gunships rolled in hot, their miniguns and rockets shredding enemy vehicles trying to break through. Apache helicopters provided withering suppressive fire from above, keeping both sky and ground clear. The entire valley lit up with muzzle flashes and explosions. Exfil now. The Delta team emerged from the bunker carrying the prisoners. Green Berets collapsed their perimeter in perfect sequence, laying down covering fire as everyone sprinted back to the waiting helicopters. Rotors were already at full power. The moment the last operator was aboard, the Black Hawks lifted off, clawing for altitude while the gunships continued to suppress any remaining Iranian forces. As the formation raced back toward friendly airspace over the shipping lanes, the final order was given to orbiting air assets. But the ground teams had already done the hardest part. Senior IRGC commanders who had been orchestrating threats to maritime traffic were now in U.S. custody, along with critical intelligence materials seized directly from the command post. By 0341, the helicopters touched down safely on the deck of a U.S. Navy warship patrolling the Strait of Hormuz. The prisoners were immediately transferred under heavy guard. 0 American casualties. The most active IRGC command node near the vital shipping lane had been breached, its leadership decapitated, and the entire complex left in chaos. The message was unmistakable. No command bunker was deep enough. No position near international waters was safe enough. When the United States decides to reach inside Iranian territory and strike the heart of the IRGC's operations threatening global shipping, it sends its best, Delta Force to hit the target and Green Berets to hold the line, backed by overwhelming air support that turns any retaliation into a slaughter. Operation Shadowbreaker is complete. The strike against this IRGC command near the shipping lane has disrupted Iran's ability to threaten maritime routes and weakened their regional terror network. This joint operation between Delta Force and Green Berets once again demonstrated the unmatched capability of American special forces when they work together. The next steps in the region are already being planned, with continued focus on maintaining stability and protecting vital sea lanes. If you want to follow the next developments, subscribe and stay tuned with us.